Parliament says it has seen a flurry of submissions and proposed legislation being rushed through to the institution at the end of the year.
We even find that when the Constitutional Court announced on certain provisions of certain pieces of legislation that must be changed and amended within a specific period of time, we again see this very slow response from the executive and the departments to bring the clarity matters to the portfolio committees and select committees so that it can be processed.
One example of a bill with a pending deadline for processing being submitted to Parliament late is the General Laws Amendment Bill. This bill is currently before the Standing Committee on Finance. It proposes legislative amendments to tighten loopholes in the country's financial laws to avert grey listing by the Financial Action Task Force in February next year. This bill was tabled to Parliament by Treasury just 2 months ago.
This bill was tabled in Parliament just recently, whereas Treasury was seized with this matter from 2017. So it must come out very clear from the side of Parliament that it's not Parliament that is unnecessarily delaying the process of passing the bill. The executive should take the responsibility for tabling the bill very late.
We sit with this perennial problem with the executive when it comes to constitutional court deadlines and bills, and now we're sitting with this issue relating to National Treasury. As you indicated, sitting from 2017.
Another case in point is the Children's Amendment Bill.
In 2011, the North Gauteng High Court ordered the then Minister of Social Development to find a legal solution to South Africa's foster care crisis. Only 9 years later, the bill was referred to the Portfolio Committee on Social Development, and 11 years after that, and multiple court extensions later, the Children's Amendment Bill was finally passed in Parliament in August of this year.
The Electoral Amendment Bill is also another example. Home Affairs has been sitting with the bill since June 2020, following the Concord ruling that the Electoral Act is unconstitutional. Parliament was given a deadline of early December within which to complete the bill. The bill was only referred to Parliament in January this year. MPs say they cannot just rubber stamp bills introduced by the executive.
Next time, don't bring bills in Parliament that you want them to be processed in 1 month. It is not proper in terms of the spirit of participatory democracy. So don't stay sit with bills. Then right at the end, when you realize that you have to meet deadlines either from the Constitutional Court or from a regulatory body, then you drop the bill in Parliament. It's not right.
In terms of the rules of the National Assembly, we are bound to follow certain processes once legislation has been submitted, and that includes, firstly, the proper referral and tagging of the bill to go to the correct committee, and then thereafter the committee decide on public participation processes. And these processes cannot be compromised, because if we fail in our duty to involve the public in the lawmaking process, it can have an impact.
Frolik says this matter must be dealt with because an impression has been created that Parliament is causing delays when it is the other branch of government who is to blame. Despite numerous requests, Mabuza's office did not respond to questions put to it. Abra Barbia, SABC News, Parliament.